Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, William Ramos, or Willie That Glass Guy, here on Instagram, on YouTube, TikTok, everything. Today, we're gonna be fixing this Carta attachment that's broken. You see, I had a customer actually hit me up on Etsy, and he bought one of my Carta attachments. When I saw his shipping address, I saw he was down the road, so I sent him a message. I was like, "Hey, you want to save on shipping? Just come pick up the piece." And he's like, "Hell yeah!" So he came by the studio, picked up the Carta top that he bought, and then he asked me if I could fix this one. I usually don't take in dirty pieces, but since he was a customer from Etsy, he came and he wasn't planned out to fix this, I accepted it. So we're gonna fix this. I told him that it's cheaper to just buy a new one flat out, but he told me that he'd rather have one that's tricked out by me than just going to buy another one. So I said yeah. I offered him some options. He wanted me to put crushed opal on top. So I told him yeah. I charged him $200 for this repair. We're gonna cut this off right here. I'm gonna clean it really well, put it in the kiln, make sure everything's clean, and it's gonna be nice and pretty. You're gonna see, all right? All right. So I try to clean it as much as possible. Still dirty. Okay, so before working anything glass related to it, I'm not gonna weld anything onto it because it's too dirty. I'm gonna chuck it in the kiln. The kiln, what it's gonna do is that anything organic is gonna burn off, and most of this stuff is organic, right? So I'm gonna put it inside the kiln. I'm gonna run a cycle, and then once it runs the cycle, I'll take it out tomorrow and continue working this thing. It's a mission. That's why I said just buy a new one. But he wants me to do this, so we're doing it. All right, we're back. I cleaned it. I ran to the kiln. Wait, that's kiln dust, don't worry. But look how clean it is now. All the organics was burned off, left through, maybe some ashes in there, but it's all good. Now what I gotta do is put it on the lathe, put a handle onto here. The handle's gonna allow me to plug this hole right here. And the reason why I gotta plug that hole in is I have to open the hole here. So I need the pressure to be closed. So when I open the hole here, I'm gonna have to switch access from my handle being on this side to now being on this side. So now when my handle's on this side, hopefully I get it nice and straight, I'm able to chuck this back on the lathe and connect a section of crushed opal tubing. I know, it sounds like a mission, right? Wait, and also, this is the crushed opal tubing. You can't really see the shininess right now because of all the air, but look at that thing. You could kind of see it. It's crazy. I got this from Arcadian. It's been like a year, 2 years maybe that I've had this stashed away. I'm gonna put a little section of it at least on top of this right here and trick it out a little bit, make it look nice. It's a lot of mission, I know, and plus I gotta put this in the kiln now again, turn on the kiln again for the second time of the day. It's a long process. That's why I don't recommend ever doing this unless you really want to. And the customer wants me to do it, so we're gonna do it. All right, so here we go. I'm starting it off by getting my handle ready and flaring it open to like the right size that perfectly matches the Carta attachment. You're gonna see me attach it now and try to get it as smooth as possible so later on it could be an easy transition. So here's the opal tubing I'm gonna use. Here's a little trick I learned from watching Yushin actually. He flares his blow tubes off on the corner of the marver. Alright, so now I got that opal section prepped out. I'm gonna work on the bottom here and close off this little hole. So I'm able to open up another hole for the handle that I need on this side. I know it's confusing a little bit, but just watch, you'll get it. Now once I get this handle on this side, I'm gonna have to get it straight as possible so I don't have to tweak it so much when I put it back on the lathe. You'll see, like if I get it off center just a little bit, the lathe will bring that out and it'll show you, hey, you're not centered. You'll see what I mean now. Alright, you see how it's wiggling? I wasn't perfectly centered. And honestly, it's really hard to get it perfectly centered if you're doing it by hand. So that's what's good about the lathe, that it's a precision tool. It helps you be precise. So now that I'm heating up the back, it's gonna start moving on me. So the paddle helps me align it. You see how I'm holding it straight? It looks, it looks easy, but it's super tricky, but super satisfying when you get it. All right, now I'm gonna open the hole so I could attach a piece of opal tubing on there and blow it out, make it nice and pretty. There's a little important step. Once you open a hole, most of the time you're gonna have this little lip on the side that you're gonna have to take that off. If you don't take it off, it amplifies once you ream it open like this. So you gotta make sure and stop it, pick it off by hand, and make it nice and pretty. Alright, so this is the opal section I'm gonna attach. Here's my ghetto plug made out of paper and spit. That plug is gonna allow me to blow into the piece and the air not escape the other side. So I plugged in the opal section and I'm blowing in through the side of the Carta attachment. Okay, now that I got this section on there and welded up, I'm gonna heat it up and get it nice and pretty by paddling it and blowing it out, melting up the seal, making sure that I get no tool marks in the end. So right here, I'm just heating it up, making sure those tool marks fade away. I'm leaning back, trying to center it up. There we go. Now the original idea for this repair was supposed to be just like number one you see here, but the customer ended up wanting to do number three. So instead of charging him 200, it was the 250 option, and I ended up popping a hole and putting on a neck piece now. So instead of being like the original Carta that's just a cone shape, now it's crushed opal and also has a neck just like a regular rig. The customer loves it. He already got it. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a reaction video because he was working when I went to go drop it off, but he loves it. And I'm happy I was able to fix it and it came out so good. Also, this is the first repair I do on the lathe because I just got this machine and I'm learning, you know. It's been fun, but it's been a process. Boom, there we go. Look at that. It's looking nice. Now I gotta take off that stub on the bottom to flatten it out and open up the hole for the airflow originally how it was originally. So here I'm flattening it out. I popped the hole, now I'm shaping it. So there you see the hole right there. Right back to normal. And here's the last step. Just taking off my handle now, opening a hole, flattening out the mouthpiece, and then I'm gonna bend it back. And boom, that's it, man. I appreciate you guys watching. If you stuck to the end, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps out. And if you have any questions about this repair, drop it in the comments. The best way to get in contact with me is honestly Instagram. Send me a DM there, and I'll hit you back within 24 hours, maybe less. All right? I love y'all. Thank you again for watching, and hit that subscribe.